Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 12th of February 2024. So Bitcoin blasts off as euphoric stocks do something they haven't done in 52 years. Only 39 green more candles until the election. I spoke about this on Friday, how they like to bring the market up during an election or keep the market up because it gets votes. If your investments have made money under Biden, then you have a tendency to want to vote for him again because obviously he did something that actually produced a return on your investment. So this is what this is about. But if you want to see the full details, then just pause the video here, and I've highlighted everything out of the article to give you the detail of why this headline is a very interesting one. So let's move on and have a look at other headlines. So the S&P closes above 5k for the first time ever. No surprise in this alert whatsoever. Economic news. What have we got? Anything today? Let's just have a quick look. I've noticed that FOMC members have been moved down to low impact news items as well, so I may keep these on for a while just to see why they're doing this. And also something that's very important, federal budget balance as well has been downgraded. Medium impact, we've got FOMC barking at 5pm and 6pm we've got Bailey speaking. So all of these really, apart from the 220, which is before the Dow opens, are after the market closes. What else have we got this week that may be of interest? Claimant count for the UK, used to be called the unemployment numbers, that's out. Average earnings employment rate, ZEW from Germany, and let's go to the red stuff. There's nothing else there really. Core CPI for the US is out tomorrow. I'm glad I've looked, because that means that the market could be fairly quietish today. Forecast, let's have a look at those numbers just so we can see what we've got here. Yeah, so it was 2.9 is what's forecast. There's going to be a drop of 0.5% according to these numbers. So that's very interesting. We could see the market during today be fairly quietish going into the afternoon session, so just keep that in mind. Anything else? We've got CPI from the UK on Wednesday as well, and the RPI used to be the main indicator of inflation, and that's been downgraded for some time. If you followed the market alert for a few years, you'll know that they've hidden the main calculation for the CPI that they used for years, and then it just got sidelined in place of the CPI because it's easier to manipulate the numbers. What else have we got during the week? Bailey speaking again on Wednesday after the release of these numbers, and then Thursday we've got GDP from the UK as well. That's going to be downgraded by the looks of things. And then into Friday. Wow, there's a lot of stuff out on Thursday that's low impact. No wonder the market's just moved when you think, well, why has that moved? And a lot of it is used to be medium or high impact as well. So it's like they're hiding this stuff now as well, so that you focus on the medium impact and the high impact, and then you throw a curveball with an item that used to be medium or high has been downgraded to a low impact news item. So Friday, PPI, that's all we got on Friday, retail sales as well from the US. Right, let's move along and have a look at the markets, and we'll kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow on a Friday, the market putting in a new all-time high. We're now sitting at, drum roll, at 38,892. Overnight, market's looking weaker. We still need to get to that 40,000. I'm sure we will at some point. But the market is due for a correction after even just a few weeks of the Dow moving here. If we look at the weekly chart, you'll see what I mean. We are due for some form of correction in this market. We simply are not seeing it. It's just absolutely staggering, isn't it? So how many points have we moved now since October to Friday? So 6,500 points up on the Dow. When we've got war breaking out and everything else that's going on geopolitically. It's just insane, isn't it? But it's, you've got to trade what you see, and the market at the moment is still moving to the upside. Bit of weakness overnight with the market trading below the 5 MA. 30-minute charts up on Friday. This is an interesting bar because they moved the market up, and then after that it struggled to actually even make any progress back to the upside. So maybe there is a bit of a correction coming this week, but that's going to be dependent upon tomorrow's news. That's a major news item tomorrow as well, because obviously with the increasing costs again, with inflation potentially rearing its ugly head again, then all eyes are going to be on the CPI numbers tomorrow, because that's what's created the last month of the hawkishness narrative from the Fed. Let's have a look at the DAX. So in the German DAX, the market's sideways. We've got that 17,064. Market didn't get anywhere near Thursday's high during Friday's trading session. The market's sideways overnight. Very quiet overnight at the moment. Really quiet. So Friday, the market very, very choppy to the upside, and then it broke with the Dow trading down to the low of Thursday. We see the buying coming into the market. We're oversold, and then the market is moved back to the upside. Overnight, the market is struggling with the close. The 200 MA, the black line there, and also the other averages as well, and the market currently below the 5-bar moving average. However, at this level here, we've got the psychological level, and then just below it, we've got the daily pivot, where the market likes to find some sort of support. A close below the daily support will see the market likely to move lower, because that's how it tends to work psychologically. So yeah, sideways for the DAX, and intraday down on Friday, then back up, but sideways to lower there overnight. S&P 500, new all-time high during Friday, but I think we've got a new one overnight as well. So let's just have a look at that as well. See if these two numbers match. We've moved just slightly higher by 0.2 there. Oh no, actually it's 1.5 points, or 1.2 overnight. 503 1.5 is where the market is at the moment. So a new all-time high made overnight. Let's have a look at a bit more detail. So we went through the high, there's the point there, but as soon as we reached this, the market's decided to have a bit of a pullback, which is interesting again as well. The down move on the S&P was nothing like the Dow. On Friday, it continued to move up. Again, very interesting picture. Now, there is obviously the argument there's 500 stocks in the S&P and only 30 in the Dow, so it's easier to move the Dow than it is the S&P. But very interesting that that moved up, and also the fact that it's put in that new all-time high overnight as well. So, like I say, we're due for a correction in these markets. Just out of curiosity, before we just look at the FTSE, let's just have a look at the volatility. So yeah, the CBOE volatility, as we can't get the implied volatility now without paying an arm and a leg for it, you can see that we're down in the lows here as well, 12.93. What were we down here when the market got down to this? 12.9. So let's just have a look at a monthly chart on this. Let's go for a 5-year. Yeah, so we're down in those sorts of levels where a correction could occur in the markets anyway. I mean, this is pre-COVID. What were we down here? That was 12.84. The low is 11.75. So you can see that, yeah, we're winding ourselves up for a correction in this market. What will be the catalyst is probably going to be the regional banks collapsing again in the US. This time last year it was happening, and it looks like there's something on the cards there again with this. So yeah, let's wait and see. But let's just get back to the FT100. Have a look at this. You can see that already down for the last few days, and we've got the CPI numbers on Wednesday as well. Down on the overnight, which you'll see there, down to the DP where the market stopped, and currently finding support, an important area for the market to move higher. Friday, the market was doing absolutely nothing. Then shook out with the Dow, but then has also come back overnight, which you can see there. Friday evening with the Dow on the electronic market, and overnight a bit of move to the upside with the S&P, but now sideways there. US dollar sideways to lower, which is good news for the metals, run out of steam, but of course tomorrow will be a different picture if the inflation numbers come out higher than the previous month. that will send the dollar screaming to the upside, because again it will portend that there could be an increase in interest rates coming, and more hawkishness from Powell. If not, then the dollar will move lower and it will be back to dovish speak in all of the news. Let's have a look at the metals for Friday. So silver managing to hold its own at the moment. No big deal, because we've had a move up before and then they slammed it back down. And if the banking crisis does turn up in any great numbers, which they're already talking about, then you will see silver get slammed to the downside, as that's the case when such things happen. So we've got the market trading through the 50%, 62% is the next upside target. It'll struggle at the 200 MA, which is the black line, and also the 50 EMA. So even if it's allowed to move higher, it won't be for long. 30-minute charts down on Friday, you can see that, but then bouncing back. And then in Asia, the market moving higher. However, in the gold market, prices remain very sideways, and overnight barely making a move. So this is going to be an interesting situation for the gold-silver ratio. There you can see the shakeout on Friday. The bounce is negligible overnight. While silver's moved higher, gold moved lower initially and is now having a bit of a catch-up there. So just for a change, the gold-silver ratio is moving to the downside. We did get to towards the 92. We didn't quite crack it, but there's plenty of time to get back through this. And any sort of financial crisis or whatever, the metals will be absolutely hammered as they were in 2020, 2008, etc. So again, just keep an eye on that. It's good at the moment it's having a bit of a breather and coming back to the upside. Right, let's have a quick look at Friday's trading session, and then a quick look at the intraday prices overnight. So Friday, I'll tell you ahead, spoiler alert, there were no trades on Friday, so we'll just whiz through this. And as you saw in that 30-minute chart, the market was just very sideways, as can be seen here. There's a defined and definite channel there at the moment, as prices then come back again to the DP and bounce off that level, and then back again. On the news, the market then continuing to move down a bit there, very narrow bars, but did break to the downside. Because we were already short, we didn't get a signal, which is a bit of a shame there. So the market then moved down to the low before it found support. We did have a potential signal to return to the upside, but wasn't filled, and then price is just trading back there, which is again a shame, because we had the signal, but the market did nothing for 3 bars before it would have filled that trade. Yeah, so the 2-minute chart, very, very quiet. Not a lot happening at all, but like I say, it makes sense now with regards to knowing that the CPI numbers are going to be out tomorrow. The market will be free to move up in anticipation, I expect. But again, we'll just have to wait and see and follow what signals we get. So yeah, that's it for this one. Let's see what the market does today in anticipation of the CPI numbers tomorrow. It is tomorrow, isn't it? I haven't got that wrong. Let me just double check before I conclude. Tuesday. Yeah, it is Tuesday at 1:30. There's Wednesday, so yeah, it is right. It normally is a Wednesday, that's what's throwing me. Right, that'll do for this one. I've taken enough of your time. Have a great day, and I will see you in tomorrow's market alert. So as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next.